Okay, hi. This is my video test for test number 3. This is Taylor Harden. I apologize if I cough or just sound weird in general. I'm kind of sick at the moment, but here we go. Okay, so my first problem is 3x plus 8x. So the first step would be to get, of course, your mat, and you take 3x and put it on the positive side of the mat. Next, you want to see what operation's next, which is addition. So that means you want to put on more pieces. So you want to put on 8x pieces. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll just get over here. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and so since it's just 3x plus 8x, you just add more pieces to the sheet. So that means you end up with a total of 11x on one side, and that is your final answer for this problem. Okay, on to the next problem. It is, I have -7 plus -10. So we start by putting -7 onto the mat, and with those, you'll use the little 1 pieces. Oh, I dropped some. The red, because they're negative. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then next, you're going to want to add -10. So you're going to want to put on -10 onto the negative side of the mat. So we have 7 already right here. Let's get those up. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and once again, like I said earlier, since you're adding, you're just putting on more blocks. So you have 7, -7 plus -10. So you end up with a total of, -17. All right, the next one is 4x minus -7x. So in this one, you'll start with the x pieces again, and 4x is positive, so it'll go on the positive side. 2, 3, 4. And then, since you're subtracting, you're going to want to take away -7. Well, you don't have any -7 on this side, so that means you're going to need to add a 0 pair in order to take away this -7. So I'll start by using the red x pieces, since they're negative. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we want to make a 0 pair, so I'll make room for this, and we'll make a 0 pair by adding positive 7x onto the right side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I didn't add 7 on that side. That's my bad. 5, 6, 7. So now we have 7 on both sides. So I'm going to take away 7x because we're subtracting -7x. So we'll take away 7x from the negative side. And this leaves you with a positive 11x. So 4x minus -7x equals 11x. Okay, number 4. Now we're going to need to move over to the quadrant mat. I'm going to make sure this is in the camera because that would be bad if it was not. Okay, so this first problem is, see, I'm on number 4. It is 3x minus 4 times x plus 4. So we'll start by using the first half, which is 3x minus 4, and we'll line them up on one of these lines here. So we'll have 3x. So this is going to kind of go off because it's a small mat, but you know what I mean? So we have 3x and then minus 4, so that means it's going to go on the negative side. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's a minus a positive 4. I'm just going to use these yellow ones, even though it's on the negative side, because I only have so many pieces. And then for the other side, it is x plus 4. So x and 4 are both positive, so they will go up here on the other side. 1, 2. It's hard to keep these lined up. 3, 4. So now we have x plus 4 times 3x minus 4. Now, we just need to fill in these spaces here and make our rectangles. So what's important on this part is that all the breaks line up. So like the breaks in between each piece lines up with them. So, and x times x is x squared. Another x squared. And then one more. So we have 3x squared. And then we'll move up here to the top. So we want this break to line up with this break. So there'll be an x, another x. And we'll fill up this whole top with x's. And I don't have enough just green pieces, so I may have to use some, I'm going to have to use some red. So I hope this doesn't confuse you, but these red I'm about to put on here are positive. I just didn't have enough of the green X's, and so I apologize for that, but that's all I got when I ordered. X and X. Okay, and then on the other side, I need to make that rectangle even as well. So we gotta make sure the brakes line up, so we'll use X here, X there, X, one more. Okay, and then for the top, we have to use ones since we have all those small little breaks like that. And so we'll line all those up carefully. This might take a minute. Sorry if it's not perfect, it's kind of difficult to do. 4, 5, 6, oop, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Just need 4 more. Ooh, the brakes aren't lining up perfectly because it's kind of moving all over the place. That is my fault. 15, 16. Okay, so this is what it looks like multiplied out with 3x minus 4 and x plus 4. So if we were to take these away, take away the factors, you're left with whatever the product is. So I'll just move these out of the way real quick. Oh, hopefully I don't mess it up too much. Yikes. Move that one up there. Okay, so this is what we're left with. We have 3x squared plus 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I forgot. We have to take away any zero pairs that we have on here. So we have 4x over here, and we have 4x, and we have negative 4x and a positive 4x. So those will cancel each other out once you add them together. So we'll take those away. And so then you're left with your product, which is 3x squared plus 8x minus 16. This is a minus 16 because it's over here in the negative quadrant, and these are all positive since they're in the positive quadrant. So like I said, 3x minus 4 times x plus 4 equals 3x squared plus 8x minus 16. Okay, moving on to the next problem. Let's just slide these out of the way. We have 3x squared minus 6x divided by x minus 5. So this is a division problem. Make sure this is still in here. Okay, this is a division problem. So you will start by making the rectangle and then find one of the missing factors that'll be on one of these lines. So you make the rectangle from 3x squared minus 6x. So you'll take 3 of these x squared pieces. Okay, and then you'll put minus 6x on here. So since it is minus 6x, that means it needs to go in one of these negative quadrants. It is going to depend on what the other factor is as to where you line it up. You're going to want them to be a rectangle still, but like you could put the negative 6x over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like that is negative 6, but then you're going to need to divide it by x minus 2, and that doesn't fit anywhere. You have, you'd have 3x. If you were to do it this way, you'd have 3x minus 6, which isn't what we're looking for, and you'd have x up here. So that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for x minus 2 is what it needs to be divided by. So it'll be one of the factors on one of the sides. So that means these need to go somewhere else. So we'll try lining them up down here, and you need to make sure the brakes line up like before. And yeah, it kind of falls off the page because it's kind of short, but it'll work. Okay, 5, 6. Okay, and so this is another rectangle you can make with this given problem. And so here you have x minus 1, 2, which is what we're looking for. So this is how we want it to be set up if we're dividing by x minus 2. So in order to find the answer to this problem, you want to figure out what would fit right here. So with matching up the brakes, you got to have 1, 2, 3, oops, just 3x. Nothing else needs to be added because it is a complete rectangle now. This is just where the origin of this is, so we'll just ignore that. But it would be 3x. So when I repeat this at the end, so we're going to say 3x squared minus 6x divided by x minus 2 equals 3x, which is what is right here. Okay, next problem is x squared plus 7x plus 12. And what we're going to do is we're going to find the factors of this. So, oh, I moved it around, my bad. So, x squared plus 7x plus 12, we're going to want to make the rectangle, which will go in one of these quadrants here. And then we're going to want to find the factors that will line up on the edges of this rectangle, which will be our answer. So we have x squared plus 7x. I'm just going to settle these out here. I won't make the rectangle yet. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7x plus 12. So we're going to need 12 of these. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so these are all the pieces we will need in our problem for right now. So all of these are positive, so they will go up here in the positive quadrant, or they could go down here. I just prefer to use the top right. Okay, so x squared plus 7x. So we need to figure out the best way to line all of these up and make a rectangle. So you can start by just trying them on the side right here. But now when you get to the 12, you need to make sure there's still an even rectangle. But there's no way these could fit because they're not going to be exactly even with the length of this x squared. So you need to figure out a different way to stack all of these and make a rectangle. So move these out of here. We can do 1, 2, 3, and then put 4 over here. Okay, and then you put your 12 up here at the top. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So now we have a rectangle with x squared plus 7x plus 12. Okay, now we need to figure out the factors that will fit here and here along the sides of the rectangle. So in other words, that means that whatever we put here and here are multiplied together to equal x squared plus 7x plus 12. Okay, so we'll start with this side. So we'll make sure they line up equal with the breaks. So the x will fit there. And then we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4. So x plus 4 is one of the factors. And we'll go to the other side. It'll be x 1, 2, 3. So x plus 3 is the other factor. So by saying this, we say x plus 4 times x plus 3 equals x squared plus 7x plus 12. And you can move this out of the way to see it a little bit easier that these are the factors. Okay. Next problem, number 7, is 6x squared plus 7x plus 2. And we're going to want to factor this one as well. So I'll start by putting the pieces out here first. So 6x squared, 4. And these are the only positive ones I have left, so these are going to be used as positive x squared as well. Put these out here. So we have 6x squared plus 7x, which we just had those, so it should be right here. 5, 6, 7. 7x plus 2. I'll just use 2 of these little ones. Okay, so once again, all of these numbers are positive, so they will go in a positive quadrant. So we'll start by putting these over here. These could go this way, these could go this way or that way. I'm just going to start by stacking them like this. Okay. And then we have 7x again. And so I'm going to start by just putting them on here somewhere. Let's see. We can go 1, 2. Ooh. Sorry, kind of hit the camera. 3, 4. Move out of the way. I'm just going to go 4 there, actually. Okay. Is this still in here? Okay. Barely. I'm going to see if I can make this still fix. I'm going to put some stuff at the top as well. So I'm going to scoot this way so you can see a little bit more. So it's still on the camera. Okay. So we have 4. We need 3 more. So 1, 2, 3. So we have 7x and 6x squared. Okay. We're still missing our plus 2. Look at that. Those fit perfectly right there. So now that we have our rectangle We'll need to find our factors by finding what fits on the sides that line up with the breaks of the rectangle. So we can start with the bottom, and it'll be 1, 2, 3x plus 1, 2. So 3x plus 2 is one of the factors. Then we go on the other side and have 1, 2x plus 1. So 3x plus 2 times 2x plus 1 equals 6x plus 7x plus 2. And then I'll scoot this out of the way so you can see those a little bit better. So these two multiplied together equal the area of the rectangle. Okay, my last problem is, let me find it here, put my sheet. Okay, I'm going to need the sentence map. Let me get that over here. Okay, make sure it's in the camera here. Move these out of the way. Okay. Oh, I dropped a piece. No, it'll be okay. Okay, my last problem is 3x minus 1 equals 5x plus 11. So we'll start with putting 3x on the left side, which will be positive. Okay, and then minus 1, so that'll go on the negative side. And then it equals to 5x, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus 11. So then I'll put 11 up here on the positive side as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's hard to pick these up. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm going to try to keep it on the sheet so you can see me a little bit better. Okay, so we have 3x minus 1 equals 5x plus 11. So, sorry about coughing. We're going to want to first try to get all of the ones together. So you start by doing this you're going to try to move this 1 over to the right side. So what you want to do is you're going to want to make a 0 pair with this. So by doing that, you have to add 1 to each side. And once you add 1 to this side, it makes a 0 pair. So you take that away. Take that negative 1 away. So that leaves you with 3x equals 5x plus 12. So now you're going to want to get all of your x's on one side. So since your 1's already here, let's try to get 5x onto this side. So you'll start by making a 0 pair of 5x. And the red pieces mean negative, and they're also on the negative side. And then you want to do negative on this side as well. 5. Okay, so this is 5x minus 5x, so that is a 0 pair. So we'll take that away, and we're left with just 12 on this side. And then over here, you have your 3x and minus 3x, so those will go away and be a 0 pair as well. So now what you're left with is negative 2x equals 12. So we're going to need to divide these into 2 groups, which will be the same as dividing the equation by 2 on both sides. So we'll need to group these into 2 even groups. So in other words, negative x equals 6. So if we're dividing into 2, we'll take away one of these groups, which would be division. And we're left with, like I said before, negative x equals 6. So this could be an answer to your problem, but typically they want the x to be positive. So that means we'll just have to flip both of these sides. So that means this will become a positive x. Ooh, my bad. And this will become a negative 6. So positive x equals negative 6, which that is the solution for 3x minus 1 equals 5x plus 11. So yeah, that is all I have for the test, and thank you so much for listening.